really thin and have no flesh. I should get myself a bathrobe? How would a bathrobe help? Hello? Mr. Criminal? I'm here to shoot you, Uwu. Mr. Criminal, please don't resist, okay, Uwu? Mr. Criminal? I just have this high-powered rifle, okay? Ooh. Aha! What? What just happened? Virgo, why are you wearing pants?
Virgo, why are you wearing pants?
Virgo, take fucking Virgo. You gotta fucking live your truth.
Do you think she's...
Have a handicap too? Yeah, I know, but mine lets me do wheelies. Mine lets me do wheelies. Does yours let you do wheelies? Just saying. Just saying. Jesus Christ. Using the dick in a feminine way, I feel like that would be less to like little to no bottom dysphoria, but if it's being done in a way that is inherently masculine, then I feel like that is a different thing. You know what I mean? Hang on. If I do, I'm just gonna hit the go live button on my stream and just come in so my stream has no context. But one of these days, what I'll do is I'll just put like a vampire dragon, a dragon that is also a vampire, just so none of you can pull that crap on me.
What do you
Draco
mean?
Lich.
Draco Lichpire.
I love it.
Oh dang! Here I was like gonna like throw a hag dragon at you at some point in the future, but now I got new ideas.
Hagen.
Hagen, yeah, Hagen. Oh boy.
So,
Yeah.
Liv, are you old enough to be considered a hag yet?
I'll think about that one.
You don't want to think
I
about
am.
that one?
I 100% am.
Oh boy. I really don't want to
My
think
only
about
dream
it.
in life is to move to a bog so I can do dark magic by the water's edge.
Mood.
Yeah.
Hecking mood.
Hag dreams.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On that on that hag set.
Hag maxing.
Hag maxing.
All aboard the Hagen wagon.
No.
I do not think this is a ride that I would like to be on.
Oh my god.
Too bad.
I'm out here. I'm rubbing the slime. I'm rubbing the slime on my arms. You know, like I'm like putting on like wart growth cream on my face. I'm hag maxing. I should ask I should ask Kelsey for hag maxing tips.
I need adult. Hags are adults. Too bad.
Hags are like the most adult. Man, now I kind of wish I'd made this first campaign more Fae related, because I got hag lore. I got hag lore for this setting.
I mean,
Like
you invited a Fae and didn't make it a Fae setting. That's on you.
yeah, you know what? That's entirely fair. That's entirely fair. I got more Fae friends. I was for like season 2. I was thinking of inviting a few of them, and I'm just like, you know what? I was making entirely a Fae oriented campaign. But right, who wants to tell the nice people in the chat what the heck you did last time?
We killed a vampire thingy.
Very proud of
Apparently,
you.
we killed a vampire.
Do you straight up not remember like just annihilating that vampire in like 2 rounds?
No,
I'm
we
not
did it
gonna
in one
lie,
round,
I
Liv.
full on do not remember the last session of this game.
I
All right,
remember
everyone.
smiting
All right,
very
roll it back. We're
hard.
doing it again.
I remember
No,
smiting
no.
it very hard.
I believe you when you tell me what happened. My memory is flawed.
All right. Okay, so yeah, you went into the goblin mines. You fought your way through some gnolls. Um you sent Trash Cat and Lightbringer to find the rest of the survivors. And after you made your way through, because after you made your way through a cave-in that contained Linen's like first set of parents, um, which I thought was gonna take you a lot longer because I forgot that we have a dwarf in the party. I forgot, honestly. Yeah,
I am here.
you could just walk through stone like it's made out of water. Why did I forget that?
I mean, those are
Um,
that's your lore, so that's
No,
entirely
it literally is. Like,
the
literally.
most on you that is possible.
Yeah,
to
that
be.
is like the most on me. Like, Oh, I know why.
am
When I made this
helpful.
map, I assumed Lorson was going to die because Lorson was like almost dying a lot.
I feel
Oof.
like that is a slight at me.
No, no, it's really not. It's like in that. Remember that. So I made this map like back during like session 2. Remember, like you almost went down like 4 times.
I remember being obliterated and then it got reversed.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so. Sorry. I need to set my Discord to do not disturb because apparently people have decided that now is the time to hit me with like. My notification badge says 37, and I know there's more than that. Alright, so. You've destroyed this vampire. You've crushed him into dust, and now you're standing in this large cavern that is filled with these bright purple gemstones. And in the center is this very, very large gemstone, about as tall as like Linen and Lorson standing on each other's shoulders. The size of like, one normal sized person. And Lorson, how close are you to it? Like I know where the tokens are, but like in universe, after you smash this vampire, where are you standing? Can you ping it? Or I guess move your token there?
So where he was here, I remember I poured out holy water on him, so I guess I would either be on his square or right beside him.
Like where you are right now, roughly is correct, yes?
Yes.
So, are you facing towards the crystal or away from it?
I'm assuming the crystal is the big one in the center.
The
right
big
behind
one
me.
in the middle, yes.
I would be facing away since I poured the water on the body.
So, everyone else, except for Lorson, you see that Daddy Mercury, the Aubryan hammer, is glowing very brightly. And like as Lorson is moving and like his torso is moving, like the hammer's moving on his back, Daddy Mercury is getting closer and further away from the crystal. And Daddy Mercury is going brighter and dimmer, brighter and dimmer, brighter and dimmer. And also, you see a dull flicker from inside the crystal itself. Eddie, are you sure? Are you sure you're appraising the big crystal?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me
It's big and-
okay.
It looks big and expensive.
Okay, give me a Arcana or history check or a medicine check if you're feeling spicy.
Oh, I'm feeling the spiciest. No. See, medicine is the one I actually have a couple points in, but no, I wouldn't use medicine. This would be history for appraisal. That's all you got to do.
Damn.
It's that easy, folks.
Just don't
that
roll.
easy.
Just don't roll anything other
Just
than a 20.
Roll 20s.
Just roll
That-
20.
Just hit the 20. It's not that hard.
It's that easy, folks. It's that easy. There's a
Hey,
box on my
y'all.
head.
Y'all, I don't know why you guys think this game's so hard. Just hit the
No,
20.
just
Yeah,
press
just roll 20s.
just press the 20 button. I can't get this box off my head. Damn you, chat. Alright. So I should have turned this off. Dang it. Alright. So as you're looking at it, Jade, it's a very, very well. It's a very, very good like diamond, like not diamond, gemstone. It looks very well cut. It looks like it's two different types of gemstone fused together neatly in the middle. One is an amethyst and the other is a sapphire. Why does it keep zooming out like that on the? Whatever, it's fine. And one side is an amethyst, the other side is a sapphire, and they appear to be fused almost like on a molecular level together. And it's as you look at it, and you notice this dull flicker as Daddy Mercury gets closer and further away from it. You have, like... Hey, how's Eddie feel about, like, dismembered body parts? Remind me.
Occupational hazard. Just don't
So-
trip over him.
Not really something that she'd, not really something that she'd, you know, be squicky about?
No, she worked pirate ship for long enough that's.
So you realize that this is a dwarven heartstone. But it's weird. Like, most heartstones are one type of gemstone. I want you to make a religion check for me, please.
Okay, but it was almost a 20. Okay.
You have no idea what the heck this means. You like you recognize a dwarven heartstone when you see it, but you've never seen one that is two gemstones fused together. You have absolutely no idea. You've never seen its like. This thing is something completely new. And looking around, this is going off of your appraisal still. Looking around, you realize that every single one of the gemstones that the goblins have been mining from this cave have either been sapphires or amethysts. And the closer you get to this cavern with the big stone in it, the more of them there are. Like, the walls are practically glittering with gemstones in this room.
Nice.
Is anyone else have a thing about this gemstone, or is Eddie the only one looking at it?
I think I would honestly move over to this big rock here and have a good sit while poking at this dead vampire.
I just imagine Lita just
So-
like jumps up on this geo, just kicking her feet, just la 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 la. I'm sorry.
Hey, Lorison.
Yes.
How big do dwarves get?
I was told that some could be as large as mountains, but I don't know.
Huh. Neat. So.
How big do dwarves get? Yes.
And you make a dwarf by taking a hearthstone, packing a bunch of like dirt around it, right? What happens if
I
there's
don't-
like gaps in the dirt?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I barely know
'Cause-
about dwarves myself, and I am one.
Okay. Yeah, that tracks. Huh. Interesting.
Well, what are you going on about?
This stone here in the middle, the big one, it looks like a heartstone. Not saying it is, but it kind of looks like one. Like it doesn't look like it's just like a natural amethyst formation, you know?
If that is a
So-
heart stone, it would take a very large body to fill it.
It would, but it's already underground, which would be a body, right? Like it would just like form it. It would already be forming if it was alive. So I think this
Since
might
when-
be a dead mountain dwarf.
When would dirt be a body?
It worked for you.
Wait, are you saying I've been living in a corpse?
I'm.
I will point out that you guys can see it flickering as Daddy Mercury and Lorson get like closer and further away to it as he's just kind of, you know, I'm assuming Lorson fidgets a little bit. I don't know. It seems on
So, like-
on thing for him.
Since when would dirt be a body?
I'm,
Come here.
I'm not.
Hello.
I'm not saying like it's a corpse because that implies that it's like was alive, and I'm still a little bit sketch on if dwarves are
Oh.
even alive. Like I don't understand how that all works. Like constructs, are constructs alive because they have a clockwork core. Like Warforged. Do we know about Warforged? Is that a thing that
You know
I can reference?
about yeah. Okay, so you would know about. I'll give this one to you without a roll. You would know that down south in Esseros, they have autonomous golems, but you don't know what their workings are. All you know is that they are, as far as you are aware, not alive, but they still move and act, and some can talk.
Yeah. So like that doesn't mean they can't be, intelligent creatures, but I'm not entirely sure that they're alive, so I wouldn't call it a corpse, but I think this may have been a former dwarf mountain thing. I don't know. I have no idea. If it was alive and underground, then the ground would have formed the body the way Lorson's body did when we had to reconstitute him, right? So like this would already be a dwarf if it was still functional. So I think this was a giant dwarf, which honestly is pretty cool. You good, Liv?
I'm very good.
Yep. My goodness. Twitch shenanigans, I swear.
Yeah. Well, Lorson, like, have you turned around and looked at and looking at the rock now?
Yes.
Like, you can see that this thing actively reacts when you get closer. If this thing is dead, it's an awful lively corpse.
What if it is a vampire crystal?
Oh my god!
Love it.
I mean,
Actually, you know what? The vampire was drawn here. It had made this its den.
What if this
Like-
crystal is what turned it into a vampire?
I'm not saying that far, but like it is where the vampire was drawn to.
Lorson, you do have a way to determine what this is. You're a paladin.
I'm going to poke it with the hammer.
Okay. Are you actually gonna poke it, or is this an attack?
It's a poke.
Okay. You reach out with the head of the hammer and touch it to the rock. Both the hammer and the crystal start glowing with an intensity that hurts everyone's eyes but yours.
Okay, that's enough of that. Jeez.
I
Trying to
could make
charge it or something?
I could make it a light bulb.
I can definitely see that. Or I will once my eyes adjust again.
I just seeing like
Alright.
Zeno's model Twitch. I'm just doing that. Just Nightshade having a seizure. No, it's funny.
What do you all think we should do with this?
All right, Lennon.
I
That blinded me. I have a question for you.
what's up? What's
This
up?
keeps,
What?
This keeps your village pretty much running, right?
Well, I mean, given recent events, I don't know how much running it's doing. No, yeah, Prosperity found this. That's why
and
we
it's-
settled here. The Prosperity found this. The gems. I
and
don't
it's
know if
yours.
yeah, and
then we might have.
our
we
druids had
already
no
have-
problem setting up above. Huh.
We
Hold on a
probably
tick.
already have our conclusion then, and that is
Hey,
it's gonna
Larson.
have to stay here.
Yes.
Poke this with your hammer. And I point at one of the other crystal structures that are either amethyst and / or sapphires.
It's just kind
I
of like
also
an
shield my
eclectic.
eyes beforehand.
It's just kind of an eclectic mix.
I poke this one.
As you poke the geode, all of the smaller gemstones that are still attached to the geode start to glow, but not as much as the main crystal. And then the glow starts to spread, and you see the glow coming through the thin ground beneath your feet, almost like veins as they go back to the main crystal, where that starts to glow. But once again, not as much as when you touched it initially. Lorson, you know enough about your own biology to know what a blood vessel looks like.
Do I?
Yes. So, just to remind you, because you've been cut before. You know what it looks like when you bleed. Beneath your skin, beneath your rock, I guess, for lack of a better term, there's a network of crystals that functions like your circulatory and nervous system. These rocks that the goblins are mining, they're basically... This Heartstone is still building its gemstone network. Almost as if it's trying to, bring itself back together, give itself a body. And these goblins are basically chipping off parts of it and keeping it, it's like pruning a tree so it doesn't grow so big.
So, what you're saying is they're harvesting blood.
Yes, they are harvesting blood from this dwarf.
They're all vampires.
Well, no more than you'd be harvesting blood from a clock that you're picking springs out of. It's not like out.
That sounds pretty not beneficial for a clock.
Yeah. Also, kind of sounds like you're saying. Sorry, I know you're being in character. It's just really funny. The Eddie is just going, yeah, they're harvesting this creature for its body parts. Yes, but this inanimate object. I'm sorry.
Have you completely forgotten my backstory?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. That's the thing. I just think it's really funny that you're traveling with a dwarf and you're saying that organ harvesting is fine so long as it's a dwarf.
I have a theory. Hold on a sec. I take some of the dirt from the ground, use some of my own water to make a little bit of clay if I can, and then put just a small figure, like 15 centimeters tall, like just pretty small thing, and put a shard of one of these amethyst crystals into its center.
So you make
you're making a little what's it shaped like? Sorry,
I'm making a little dude.
Make a little dude.
That's adorable.
I'm just like making a little dude, If this is a living Heartstone and this is a dwarf or whatever, poke this with your hammer and see if it comes to life. If it doesn't, I'd say we're safe.
So, okay. So when you put the chunk of heart, wait. I'm assuming you're still touching the geode with the hammer, right? Because you didn't say you took it off, right? Or did you take it off and not tell me?
Larson said they just poked it, I believe.
I assumed poke, as in like resting the hammer on it.
Yes.
You're bad at poking things.
Did not break things. Did just touch it with hammer.
Okay. So
She's asking if you're still touching it, or if
Yeah.
you just poked it and then took it away.
Oh no, I have left because remember it came over to other rock. and then I
True.
have moved back to the center.
Okay. So
I'm currently not poking anything.
so when you put the shard into the little dude,
Mhm,
the
mhm.
little dude visibly like looks like it tries to start moving. But then so remember, you basically just took a droplet of blood off of the shard. Off of the stone, right? As the life energy that's still in this blood, for lack of a better term, runs out, like it starts to move, it's like wriggling, it's like and then like once the energy is done, it just flops.
I mean, you say for lack of a better term, but I think the term amethyst would be appropriate because it's clearly not alive. And yeah,
You just saw the
I think
figure
I think
move.
you're fine to harvest this.
You just saw the figure move.
It twitched. It's a magical cave. Lots of things twitch.
I didn't say it was twitching. I said it was wriggling on the ground until it ran out of life force because it's separated from the heart.
We may have to have a discussion about the difference between a twitch and a wiggle because I am not entirely clear on the linguistic variations between these two.
So a
things.
twitch. Okay, so a twitch is.
A Twitch is a video streaming.
So
service.
a twitch is like if the finger did like, right? A wiggle is like it going. It was doing that. Does that make sense?
Can you do that again?
So if it was twitching, it'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
but like but it was more wriggling on the ground, like it was trying to get up, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you do that with your hand one more time, please? Excellent, fantastic, thank you.
What?
Anyway.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
You flipped off the camera, Liv. Don't worry.
No, I didn't. It's my index finger. It's my index finger, bruh.
It didn't look like the index finger on stream, Liv.
It was my index finger, YouTube, I swear. I'm but a big silly dragon. No bully.
I'd like to do something stupid, maybe.
Yes.
Hey, Larson,
Yes.
can I borrow your hand?
But, like, do you want it cut off or?
I'm not all the way.
Oh, I see where you're going.
suppose.
Yeah.
I take your hand and very quickly stab you in the palm.
Ow.
With an amethyst.
Well, I would assume with my knife.
I am going to need you to make an attack roll
I would love to. Sure.
with advantage because I'm letting it happen.
Oh boy. Be really funny, like Lorson's just so thick you can't get him with a knife. Oh hey, I'm a dog again.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Why not have... How do I have my inventory set up? I swear to God I have a dagger. Okay, I lie. I am, apparently I don't have a dagger on me, so the quick way would be use an arrow, which would make that an improvised attack.
I mean,
I'll
if you need one, I'm pretty sure I have several.
I mean, Lennon, if you wanted to use an arrowhead, I would say that you could just use your dex modifier for it, like with proficiency. It's fine. And they redeemed the dragon again.
I love that I have dictated that this happened.
So just roll dex.
Yeah, just roll dex. Plus proficiency.
Are we calling it an ability check then?
Yeah, but an ability check.
With advantage, mind.
With advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure you add your proficiency bonus. That's a 6.
That meets.
That means it beats.
Yeah, I politely ask for my companion's hand, and as they offer it to me, I gently grab the bottom of their, like, the back of their hand and, like, hold it like I'm doing something nice for a moment. And then it's just a quick grab an arrow out of the quiver and stab straight to the palm.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay, quick, put your hand on the thing.
I touched.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put one in there.
I touch Big Crystal with my open wound hand.
So, as you touch the big crystal, Lorson, you hear several things. You hear a song being sung in Dwarvish, a song that resonates with you in your deepest parts. You hear the sound of a forge, steel being hammered, bellows being blown, and just general forge stuff. I don't know, I'm not a blacksmith. And then you hear a
Someone
gruff...
Tell that blacksmith to calm down. I'm trying to listen to a song.
And then finally, you hear a gruff voice. Dune, visitors, finally. Then there's a bright flash, and all of you find yourselves in a new place. You're standing... Huh?
Heck, we just got isekai'd.
does Eddie say that? Like, is Japan canon to the setting? Are you making Japan canon to my setting? Is that what you're doing? Is you making Japan canon?
Doesn't
The
have to be
word
from Japan.
isekai itself is canon in all settings.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Every now and again, like a Japanese high schooler will just appear in the world somewhere.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
What is high school?
Honestly,
Isn't
though, like trying to take away regional, dialect and stuff, like it ends up being an exercise of futility because even things like like vandalism and stuff comes from regions, right? Like
Yeah.
language just be language.
Yeah.
I am still
Look,
lost as to what
Liv, if
high
it really
school
bothers
is.
you, you can just say anyone who gets isekai immediately gets gunned down in this setting.
wait, that's actually a plot line. That's actually a plot line of a show I like. Oh, what's the name of it? Damn it. Oh, I forgot what it is. But basically, yeah, no, like it's a world where isekai people have been coming in for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's led to like them just stealing technology from Earth. And it's at a point now where they've realized, okay, we've taken everything we can from these isekai nerds. Every time they show up, they're going to cause problems, and we no longer benefit. If an isekai high schooler is found, they are taken to the church and taken out back and shot. And that's the plot. And it's
I thought it was
amazing.
the one where the blonde girl stabs the dude in the head.
I don't remember what the title. Okay, but yeah, point is right. But yeah, so you're all standing on a. Is it a beach if there's no sand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beaches
Yes.
where there's
Yeah.
rock beaches.
Yeah, like you're standing on like a rock beach, and there is a massive mountain looming in front of you. Smoke billows out of the top of the mountain, and you can hear seagulls, and you see no other land for miles around. You are on an island that is dominated by this mountain.
I'm not sure what I expected, but this is not what I expected. I thought maybe Lorson would get superpowers or something.
Hey, Lennon, you're a ranger, right?
Yeah, sure.
Would you say you know the land very well?
Is it mountainous?
Yes.
Then probably.
Jade, you're a pirate, right?
Yar.
Have you been all over the seas around Koros?
Mostly in the northern lands, but yeah, I'd say that I would have,
Okay.
ventured across many parts.
And the other two of you, one of you is a cat and the other one is sheltered, so I'm not even going to like attempt with you on that one. Lennon,
What do you mean?
roll a survival check at advantage. Jade, roll a survival check normal.
Yeah.
Alright. So Lennon gets it. So Lennon, as you're looking around, you recognize something. So your people have had a long and storied history with the dwarves before the mages took them as slaves. Long, long ago, going back centuries. And as you look around and you see this mountain, I mean, you know mountains. Mountains are good. You've lived in one most of your life. Some of your best friends are mountains. You recognize something about this mountain. This mountain, in your time, is simply known as the Selenian Magocracy. Location of Leyhold, the capital city of the Magocracy, and where the mages rule roughshod over their dwarven indentured servants, for lack of a better term. The term is slave, but they don't like calling it that, branding.
Oh, if that's the lore, I probably would have been there several times for trade, actually.
Then you know then.
So is this an instance where it's like, wait, I know this mountain?
But it's wrong.
Oh. I was gonna say but it's close.
Because
I don't know that I'd be this close to it before. What's wrong about it?
So you know, even if you've not been here, you know about it from like just hearing about it. The mountain is huge, and there are massive mage-built structures sticking out the side of it. Because the mages are not mountainous creatures. They are like every species under the sun. They are not made for living in mountains. Of course, they alter the mountain to suit their way of life. This mountain is exactly how it was when it rose up from the ocean at the beginning of time. Based on the position of the sun, based on the soil content, based on the shape. This is that mountain. But you are before the mages showed up. A large cave looms in front of you. And from inside, you can hear the same chanting, hammering, and voices that Lorson was hearing when he touched the crystal. And you can see a dull flickering of fire inside. Yes, go for it.
I'll let you finish your exposition first, but I have several
No,
questions.
that was the end of the exposition. That's why I kept talking.
Oh, okay. Hey, do we have all of our stuff?
You do.
Physical objects.
You do. It is as if you like got snapped and teleported.
Okay, including our cell stones.
Your cell stones are missing.
Convenient. Is there any other life around, like birds, fish?
I already said there's like seagulls and stuff.
Okay. I didn't catch. Cool.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones.
Okay. Anything else? No, Jake, there's a reason your cell stones aren't here. It's just it's me being silly. It's not actually a plot related reason. Think about it. But continue. There's this cave in front of you where you can hear the stuff that Lorson was hearing, and you can see dull flickering of fire deep inside.
I pick up the nightshade and kind of just like hold them to my chest as you would carry a cat. And turn to Eddie. You're a sailing type, right? You've been to places. You know the Selenian Magocracy, right?
Yeah, been here a few times under trade.
Okay,
I
so
sort of side eye
here.
Orson as I say this.
Been here. So you agree it's the same place.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You hear about the mages dying anytime recently? I don't see their places.
I mean, unless this is just a part of the island that is less populated.
Maybe. I guess I've only seen them from like the other coast.
I've only been to the major ports, but like, 90% of the land is fairly wild, like outside the trade routes. What time of day is it, real quick?
It is noon.
Okay.
Hey, Larson, you doing okay?
Yes. I was still trying to listen to the music, but all I hear is Anvil.
Yeah, I hear that too.
Mm-hmm.
Nightshade, you all right? You make it here okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Reeling from that bright stuff. That was really bright. I don't know why that hurt so bad. I'm okay.
You've got some like dimensional shenanigans going on, right? Can you make any heads or tails of this?
Well, my dimensional stuff isn't really stuff I know and more stuff I do. Liv, do I would there be any roll or any sensation I would get? Because like I don't really know things. I kind of just feel things.
Not really. But
Okay.
as Lennon, as you're holding Nightshade, you note that Nightshade feels kind of weird, less solid. It's like
Oh.
holding something that's not entirely solid. It's like
I
like a
hold
liquid.
Nightshade up like an ape
Soft
holding a
like
lion cub.
From yeah, so as you hold Nightshade up, you know
Yeah.
that you see Nightshade's tail droop down. Then you see 6 other tails.
That
Oh, well, that's new.
he well, I was about to ask if you lost weight, but you look like you gained some mass. I don't understand.
Hmm.
You
I
feeling
don't-
okay? Can you work all those things?
I mean, those are definitely new. Like usually, like I can pull out things from the shadows that you've seen, but they're usually not part of me.
Nightshade,
Huh.
I will point out that as you're kind of like pondering yourself, you recognize that your body feels a little bit more loose than it usually does. Like you're having a hard time maintaining a corporeal form, for lack of for lack of better description. You feel like holding your cat-like form takes like a not insignificant part of your willpower.
Yeah, I do feel like I'm kind of. I guess falling apart seems to be the better wording. I guess.
I pulled Nightshade like closer and like hold them against my chest again. I'm like, okay, well, you're
Nightshade,
not gonna fall apart. It'll be fine. Well, let
just imagine Nightshade just go as you squish him.
Like I guess at best, if anyone who's played Undertale, the fucking amalgams would probably be the best description of what's going on right now.
Yes, yes. Nightshade looks like the amalgams, but they're black instead of white.
The black and fucking, vaguely cat-like, but also, Eldritchian horror.
oh good.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Is Jade okay? There's Jade. All right, Jade wasn't moving for a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So yeah. Lorson. Could you
Yes.
give me? Do you have any proficiency with musical instruments?
I do not believe so.
Okay. Never mind. Do any of you?
I do.
Can you give me a intelligence check with your musical instrument?
Yes.
So, you're very smart. That's why you don't have a modifier for intelligence. I was like, oh, that seems a bit low. All right, Lennon, as your ears kind of
Thanks.
pick up, your your ears pick up on the music that Lorson's listening to. That Lorson's like listening to, and he complains about the anvil. You realize this song, it's missing it's missing a beat. You know, it's like usually when you have music, you've got like the boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
boom.
I have a theory and I'd like to pay better attention.
Okay.
Which I assume might be a perception because rolls happen.
Okay.
Can I specifically pay attention to that song, but in context of the hammering of the anvils as well?
I was just gonna give it to you because you rolled high enough on the instrument check.
Cool.
So the anvil strikes are at a very specific rhythm. The beat line of this song, of this chant in Dwarvish. Even though do you speak Dwarvish? Before I say anything.
I absolutely speak Dwarvish.
Okay, so you understand the song. It's an old dwarven smithing song. But it's a version of it that you've never heard before. And so that's why you recognize the beat missing. And then you recognize that where the beat is. It's in the anvil. The song,
Yeah.
the song did not make sense to you before, but now that you've heard it, like with this anvil coming, you realize it's a work shanty.
But I don't know I don't know this version of it.
You don't know this version of it. This is like an older version. The version you've heard is one that the surviving dwarves have managed to keep alive, but
I listen to the music and I'm trying to place the song and I'm just like, we dig, 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 dig from early morn till night. It's a dwarf song. I mean, of course it's a dwarf song. Guys, we know this song.
I imagine
Everyone,
this-
it's a kid's song.
ima-
Hi
imagine-
ho, it's off to work we go. It's not right, it's not those words, but
That's the version that it's turned into in the modern day, I guess. I imagine it's a song that like the goblins have picked up just from like cultural exchange with the dwarves, and now like, you're hearing the original version, you're like, hang on a minute. And as you're listening to the song, Lennon, you pick out the the lyrics that are from this version. This version's lyrics, you make out it's a shanty singing praise to someone called Dune Geth. You can make a religion check, or if you tell anyone else, they can try and make a religion check, except for Eddie, because Eddie already failed it.
Yeah.
yeah, so the rest of you, Lorson, do you speak dwarf?
That is a good question. The answer is no.
Wait, actually, does Larson not understand Dwarvish?
Morrison was raised with the church.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
True.
Larson doesn't know Dwarvish.
I understand, Lorson, I get it. I don't speak goblin. We're one and the same, aren't we?
Oh God, y'all are simpatico. Holy crap.
For some reason, they do not like to teach our own cultures.
For some reason.
I was too busy with the cats. I really wanted to learn the cats.
I do
Let it
not
you give
know
let it give
cat
me a
is
give me a
fun
religion
language.
roll.
Religion, let's go.
I was so close to being a 1. Oh my God.
It really was.
Lennon, this song is part shanty, part prayer. And it's giving up prayer to a god that has been missing for a long time. Most of the gods of Karos, they occasionally check in with their patrons. Except for one, the dwarf god, Dungeth, a god of smithing and fire, who disappeared not long after the mages took over the magocracy. It was thought that he abandoned his people in their time of need. And as a result, his... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. After the mages took over the magocracy, you said?
After the mages took over the magocracy, yes.
That implies that it was called the magocracy before they took over, and
Okay.
I'm very curious about the history of this land now.
I'm assuming that Liv meant that they took over the landmass that is now known as the Selenian Megocracy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, dwarven mages do exist, it's just they do magic differently.
Look, fantasy etymology is fun sometimes, okay?
It is. I mean, honestly, you know what? I'm taking that. It was called the magocracy, but it meant something else. It was about
Amazing.
it was about dwarven mages, and they
Oh,
do different.
no.
They do things differently.
Oh,
What?
It was about rune magic.
Yeah. What's up,
I
Lennon?
suddenly have like this idea of like that's why mages are called mages because the place they took over was called the Magocracy.
Oh,
I
I
like that
like.
better.
Yeah, they
It was the other way around.
they
weren't
stole the
mages until they
culture.
took over.
they stole the culture. I love that. Yo, I'm keeping that. Yeah, no, like, hey, Jade, are we
Yo,
at the
bro.
point where I can say, when I can say my one F word like a stream?
Sure.
The mages are colonizers, and fuck colonizers. They get what they get. But But yeah,
No,
it's
appropriation.
huh? It's thought that Dungeth abandoned his people after the mages took over the Magocracy. But so his worship has fallen out of favor to the point where most of the songs that wore prayer to him have been changed. They're listening to the old version, the old religious
Yeah.
version.
Rather than explain any of this to my companions, what I start doing is like I'm trying to sing the song the way I know it along with the dwarven. And then as I'm picking up what they're actually singing, I'm switching my translation of it to what they're actually saying so my companions can hear what they're singing.
Hmm. Yeah. So
What is a diggy diggy hole?
born underground. But yeah. So that's the information you can get by being outside this cave. I'm good at, like, even though we haven't said, I'm assuming that y'all have been moving towards the cave mouth to get this information this whole time. I'm sorry, I've just been trying to keep us going.
I mean, I went to the water and clean off the cavern dirt and the blood and all that junk first.
That's fair. So, Larson, you're at the cave mouth. Lennon has been translating into common this stuff. It resonates deep within your soul, and you could hear the forging. You can hear these voices. And you remember hearing one of the voices say, and I'll repeat, Geth, we've got visitors! When you touch the crystal.
Your visitors have arrived. Hello.
You shout this.
Yes.
So, the hammering inside stops. This fire is still flickering, and from your tremor sense, you sense multiple things inside. You sense several vaguely dwarf-sized things, as well as something that is much, much bigger. But you cannot identify what it is. It's very ungainly as well. As it moves, its weight, it kind of throws around really haphazardly.
Question. Just for my knowledge,
Uh-huh.
is Lupert with us?
No. Lupert is not
Can
with
you
you.
summon?
Can I summon Lupert?
You could try.
That is concerning as a response.
Okay.
But you said that I sense the roughly dwarvish sized figures because we don't know if they're dwarves.
Yeah.
And then giant figure.
And a large figure that's very ungainly. Yes. Like the footsteps are uneven.
Oh, I see. I will inform the party of this. How many quote unquote dwarvish sized figures were there?
Like 4.
Just 2? Oh, 4?
Yeah. I decided on 4.
Okay. There's
Nightshade.
like 4
Mhm.
things in there about
What's up?
my size, and then like a really, I'm just gonna say a big weird thing. I don't know. They're kind of
Big weird
coming this
thing.
way.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't. They're
Hey.
not coming this way. They're kind of milling around the cave, like they're putting stuff away.
Nightshade.
Yeah.
Well, 2 things. You're not looking so great right now. And I'm worried that anyone that doesn't know you might be terrified.
And
I
some of
put
the
you in
people
my
who do know
backpack?
you.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I will admit, I'm still a little skeptical about the cat.
Guys, it's a cat.
The
Nightshade
cat
has
summons
done nothing but
tentacles.
help us constantly. And also
Absolutely.
terrifying, but that's kind of great.
Absolutely to that
I-
too.
Yeah, I agree. The cat has helped us, but like the tentacles come out of nowhere.
It's a really good cat. Nightshade, you're a really good cat. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But just so we don't like I don't know. I don't say this to be mean, but I'm worried that we might get attacked on sight if they see you.
Based on
I don't
Lawson's...
know what's in this cave.
If-
Lawson's friends?
Yeah, if they're anything like Lawson...
So either I mean either we like figure out how to like pull you back together or like you can hide in my bag.
Considering not even I quite know exactly what this is. You might be right. Maybe I should.
I mean,
I
the
don't
fact
wanna
that you're
flip
going
it.
all like squiggledy spoodledy kind of implies there's some sort of dimensional shenaniganry going on here. Because like,
Yeah. You may be right.
Yeah, maybe just like curl up in a bag, rest your eyes from that terrible light, and
Larsa, did you actually want to
If
summon
there's-
Lupert?
No,
Okay.
what?
Lupert was not in the cave with us. Well, kind of was in the cave with us, but
Remember, he
At the
goes
same
into
time,
like a
no.
dimensional hammer space when you unsummon him, so like you can pull him out whenever. You know?
For now he is not summoned.
Okay. Thank you, I don't like existing. So, do you enter the cave? Or do you wait for someone to come out and meet you?
What do you all believe?
I start singing along
I-
with the song again because it's starting to get real catchy.
I believe it'll take about 2 weeks to swim back to the mainland, but I don't know about the rest of you guys. So we'll stick here until we can figure out a way to get us all back. That or like this is some sort of, pocket dimension sort of thing caused by the crystal. Like we might be inside the crystal, like its memory or something. I don't know. I'll know more when I can see the stars.
What do you mean?
Navigation wise, just be able to see if everything lines up right, because some things shift over time. If there's any planets in skew, I might be able to map out. I don't have my stuff with me. Dang it! Might be able to map out, figure out. It's like things
They're
are
gonna
weird,
be
and I
the
want to go back.
same Aren't they just going to be the same stars we always have?
There's a lot of nuance in the stars.
Oh.
You can tell the season, you can tell and the region. Everyone knows that, but even more so, you can tell both the time and exact locations.
I don't like going around at nighttime. Like, there's the sun. That's a good one. That's a good one. Big bright thing. Totally
Can't
great
miss
for
it.
telling time. Nighttime, there's like what? There's the one star out to the east, and then the rest of them I
Mhm.
don't care about.
Oh my god. Alright. So, as you're
Speaking of, how does the sun make us feel?
the sun is warm and bright. And it feels like a nice summer's day.
Mm. Okay.
Let me check my notes real quick. So, I want to... Actually, let me quickly double cross-reference something. So, a little weird that, it's a bright summer's day. Because I want to remind y'all that, it's currently the month of Talon.
Mm-hmm.
It's spring.
This means things to me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's it's spring, which is why I would like to see the stars.
Yeah,
But might
It's
as
a
well go
war-
in and wait till then.
it's a warm summer's day in the middle of the equivalent of May.
I mean, that tracks.
Yeah, that works.
Wait, is it May spring?
Yes.
Yeah, but like you can have warm days in May.
Okay, but like a warm spring day is different from a warm summer day. In spring, like you've got like pollen and like things are waking up and growing and like please tell me y'all know the difference between a spring day and a summer day.
Absolutely. At least where I am, we have very clear seasons.
Totally.
It's gonna be like 18 this week. It's
It's not like I live in Michigan where the season is whatever the lakes feel like it.
Point is, it's unseasonably warm. God. Oh my god.
You should have made it something like fall or something, because like spring is effectively the same thing as summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like right next to each other.
I
Excuse me, can we come in?
I assumed that like y'all be able to tell between spring and summer. I'm sorry. All right. So since you're outside like talking about the stars and stuff, a dwarf comes out to meet you, and he looks very different than what you are used to with Lorson. This dwarf does not have his lichen covering. This dwarf is made out of pure stone. He looks at each of you, and he looks at Lorson, and he speaks to Lorson in Dwarvish. Linen, you understand what he said is, "Ah, brother! Welcome! Why you got your lichen on?"
Hey, Larson,
You-
they're asking you why you have skin.
Lorsa just kind of looks down at himself, just like, I don't know. This is just how I am.
Oh, you're
Uh,
one of those.
Wait, do they understand Larson?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, he says in Dwarvish, "Ah, I see you're one of those, brother." Aye. And he switches to common, and he makes his own lichen, like, come out of his stone. And he is a dark-skinned dwarf. Without the lichen, the beard kind of looks like, you know that magnetic like metal shavings.
Yes.
It looks like
Yeah.
those. When the lichen comes out, as it interacts with the beard and it grows out, it starts looking like hair. He is completely bald except for his beard, which is this long, really, really like dark,
So
dark black. I don't know why I don't know why I got lost on the word black there for a second.
so they came out and said without their lichen on, and we've effectively found a dwarven nudist colony, is what I'm hearing.
No, he was still wearing clothes. When dwarves are amongst themselves and not around fleshy people, like they tend to have their lichen off. Because the lichen can be easily damaged, especially in a forge. I probably I probably should have made that like a thing that's rolled for. Oh well, I like my dwarves. He switches to common. He says to Lorson, "Hey, I didn't know you were from afar, brother. What brings you to the Gethin Mountains?"
I have a quick question.
The what mountains?
Okay, was your question in character or was it?
No, to you.
Okay.
What's he wearing?
He is wearing a blacksmith's apron, and underneath that, a white linen shirt and some leather pants. He's wearing, like, and as for shoes, like, his feet are made of stone. He doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll for history as to what are the mountains that he just said? The
You can
Gethin
try,
Mountains?
yeah, go for it, go for it. So that is a 13. So you have no idea, like, what he's talking about. Like, Linen and, Eddie, I've told you that this is the Selenian Megocracy, and now he's calling it the Gethen Mountains.
I do not know this place, but hello.
The dwarf kind of looks a little confused. He's like, "What? What kind of dwarf doesn't know his own homeland, brother? Come on in. I'm sure the master be more than happy to meet you." And he turns around and starts walking back inside. As he goes, he shouts out in Dwarven, and Linen, you hear this. "All right, brothers, liken up. We got a soft skin coming in."
I I laugh. I laugh at that. That's all. I don't explain myself to my party. I just laugh.
All right, do you follow?
I don't follow immediately. I kind of yell after them in Dwarvish, and I'm like, "Hi, you kind of ignored us. Me and my friend Eddie here. Are we? Would we be allowed to join?"
The dwarf shouts back. "Just come in. Just be careful. I'm not actually sure which gases in here are breathable."
I
Eddie,
mean, I
you
don't need
breathe
to breathe, so I'm
gases.
fine.
Okay.
Because remember, dwarves don't have lungs. They don't need ventilation in their forges. They're not gonna asphyxiate.
Anyone else think this is weird?
Oh, I mean, you'd be just being randomly teleported from half the continent away into a completely random location that seems not in sync with the timeline that we just left? No, seems legit.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. I mean, nothing else we can do. Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, when in Rome. Or the equivalent thereof.
Saunter forward, I suppose.
As you walk around, you enter into this cavern is completely mined out. It looks, as you go deeper, it starts looking less like a cave and more like the inside of a building. The walls are completely smooth. The roof goes up into a perfect dome. None of you would have seen Dwarven architecture. I mean, if you've been inside the Selenian Megocracy, then you've seen Dwarven architecture, but like only after like decades and centuries of it being,
Mhm.
you know, built over by colonizers. So those of you that have been inside the Megocracy vaguely recognize this, but like almost like someone who lives in modern day Rome would recognize ancient Roman stuff.
I was about to say a thing because I have a cute idea.
Mm-hmm.
Literally what you just said, the ancient Rome thing. You know how a lot of like old statues are not supposed to be like stark white?
Yeah.
They were painted like bright, fancy,
Yeah.
brilliant colors.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty. I imagine that there's a lot of like dwarven like architecture or like statues of like important figures and stuff that would have had like a decorative version of the lichen over them at some point.
Oh yeah. All right. So like the statues like like have like lichen colonies on them to make them look realistic.
Yeah. And then in the future we're not used to that.
Oh, I'm so down. I'm so down for that. Like if it gets to the point where like a statue comes about, all right. All right then. Oh,
Sorry,
dwarven statues. Dwarven statues are hollow and no one knows why. Because that's where the lichen's supposed to be. It's inside and it gets seeps out through the pores. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. Thank you, Lennon. I'm going to incorporate this into the setting. But as you come around the corner, you see this massive forge, this big domed ceiling, this impeccably like just like as if the stone itself formed in a way that the dwarves needed. And you see the four dwarves, including the one you met outside. All of them have their lichen up. They're all wearing the same kind of outfit: the light linen shirt, the leather apron, the leather pants. And in the back, at a massive anvil, a huge anvil, you see what first looks like two dwarves, till you realize it is one dwarf, except he has two torsos joined at the hip. Both heads turn to look at you. And in a booming voice, he lets out, "Ah, visitors finally! You know, it's been forever since we've seen him. Since we've seen a visitor. Isn't that right, Dun?" And the other head looks at you and is like, "Yes, Gath, it has been. It has been. What brings you here, strangers? Heard rumblings in the sea. Thought it would be just me and my sons for a while."
I do
Did you
not
guys
know
catch
what
those
to-
names?
I did not. Kind of distracted by the double torso thing going on.
That is a big distraction.
Mm-hmm.
See, they said two names, but the song before, I thought that didn't Geth is one name, but that's two. That's two people. That's
think
not
that's
two
what they-
people.
Well, I mean, that's the a split Hearthstone dwarf. That's going to be like half amethyst, half sapphire, just like the stone we saw. That's them. I'm speaking in common, by the way. I'm pretty sure that we're inside of the memory of the stone. Like this is like what.
Yeah. I'm
the-
starting to agree with you on that one. I think so.
Yeah, which would make it a pocket dimension, which would make Nightshade all screwy. Which
Oh,
yeah,
if I die in here, do I die in real life?
I don't even know if our bodies are actually here.
Oh,
Our bodies might just be collapsed on the
wait.
ground.
Am I just what?
Let in
Whoa.
Jay. I think this is a little rude to have this conversation right in front of them. Don't you two think?
I'm speaking in common. They can't understand me. I do. That's in character.
So,
They're still
so the
common
two
when I spoke it
dwarves,
back there.
the two dwarves look at you and go, and so they're speaking simultaneously here. I'm just not going to double up my voice because that's hard. And they're gonna, "What do you mean we don't speak common? How do you think we fought the shadow creatures with Kissalan? Ornery bastard won't speak anything other than Elvish or common."
I hear the words shadow creatures, and I just like close the clasp of my backpack. Just like do a little tighten.
Aye, I've been enjoying my retirement with my boys since the end of the war. You know, especially with what happened to the dragons and all. Damn shame.
What is a dragon?
Wait. It's
All right. So here's the
Okay.
thing. We're so we're from the future then. Is that what's going on here? So I think that
well, we're not from the future if we're just from if we're
like,
in
we're
the
from their
thing.
future.
Well, yeah, but like maybe they know about time. Sorry, we're doing the thing again. I was gonna say they probably know the time has passed. They're just inside a thing. Sorry, Dune and Geth, is that correct? How would you like to be addressed? Sorry.
Aye. So the left torso points to himself as like, "Well, I'm Dune, and that's Geth.
Dune.
If you're speaking to us, you know, together, you can just say Dune Geth as everyone else does."
All right, thank you. Hello. My name is Lennon Burrows of the Goblin Burrows. What year is it for you?
They think for a moment, and they're like, "Oh, let's see. I've been in here for a bit. I've been working on some very nice
See,
little
I told
things."
Mhm.
Like he's like they both like visibly like kind of like start counting on each other's hands. They go, "It's I mean, it's only been like 27 years since the Shadow War, right? It's Yeah, he leans down to one of the doors like, "Boy, what's the date today? I've plumb forgotten." And the dwarf like looks up and just in like the most like quickest snappiest thing ever just goes, "Ah, you see, brother, it's the 8th of Car, 27."
27 what? What number system are you using?
The year system in this universe, it's year 0 is the Shadow War. They basically reset the calendar.
Oh, okay. So we know we've heard of the Shadow War.
Yes, the Shadow War is like the start of the timeline for you.
Mhm.
And
And
What is
for
our year?
your year is right now. I believe it is the 15th of Tellen, 537.
Oh.
So you are quite a whiles back in time, if this dwarf is to be believed.
Mhm. I
I'm
have
still going with the memory thing.
I don't know if you would want like a history check on this for knowledge of my own people and culture, but when do I know when goblins and dwarves met?
As roll it, roll it. Let's see if you're smarter than the average goblin.
I know that I'm not, but I'm completely mediocre.
You actually have no idea when goblins and dwarves first started talking. Um,
Mhm.
you know that it had to have been uh after the goblins got their god, but before the magocracy happened. So
Mm.
somewhere in the ballpark of about like 350 years ago. But you have no precise date.
Right. So, Gethton, whatever.
No,
So,
no, Gethdun was our father. You do not.
sure. I got good news and bad news.
Aye.
Oh wait, I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, are we not doing? Are we not doing that?
It well, I have one more question for them. Sorry, Dingeth,
Well, they're about to have a whole
earlier
lot of
you
questions
said
for us after I start talking.
you said you've been here since the Shadow War. What do you sorry, do you mean here on the island? Or what do you mean in here? Like in this cave?
Aye.
In this cave.
Aye.
And it's 27.
Aye.
Huh.
Working on something nice for the elves.
I'm oh, the
Hey.
elves.
Hey. Yeah,
Right.
they got that massive forest out to the west. You know, it extends all the way to the coast. You know, I
So
figured
have you seen any of my people recently? Just a question.
oh, it's been a while since I've seen a goblin. You know, you're. I'm. He kind of put they each put like a hand to their chest and they go, "I am so sorry what happened to your ascendant. You know, I'm sure you'll get another one someday. You'll get a god. You'll get a god eventually. I know you will, and I know that you know the
Oh,
other the
don't
rest of
worry.
the people.
Sorry. You've lost me. I wasn't paying attention. That seems like too much information for my little goblin brain. I I would like to just say I'm sorry in advance and not explain that any further. Um, I brought you a gift. How about that? And I dig into my pocket and hand them. I put out my hand, just closed towards them.
The so Geth will like lean down and like open his hand. He could fit you in his palm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I I very carefully lean over the edge of his hand, um, and drop a handful of moss that I collected from just from the burrows in general over the years. Just moss from home.
I
They
have a gift too,
oh wait.
but
Okay.
I only have the one, so I don't know how you would like to split this. But I have this. I offer up the bottle of wine.
Eddie, I don't think we're in the thing. I think we're back in time. We should be careful.
You say as you introduce invasive species into a different time zone. Okay. Do you have any idea what I am? Like real quick, just checking.
He looks you
I just kind of
over.
let my skin swirl.
He looks you over and he's like, Hi, you're a water spirit, aren't you? Eddie, I just wanna say, Ganassi have not been called water spirits in centuries. That is actually considered an offensive term in the modern day.
Yeah, that tracks.
I mean,
That was nice.
yeah. I mean, I haven't seen one of you above the waves for a while. And, you know, I'm glad you're finally getting out and about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope that thing with the elemental lords goes well. I wouldn't trust that.
So it
phosphorus
went
guy.
fantastic.
Yeah, wouldn't trust that Lord of Phosphorus. Like kind of a volatile guy.
Yeah, good call. So good news or bad news?
It is. There's news. Is he's kind of like as they're kind of like idly like poking this like tiny bit of moss like. Oh, this is really strange. Like, where'd you get this? It's similar to the stuff that grows out near Gerdon's way, but
Well, if we're time skip, then you just messed up the timeline.
You know, I didn't think about moss evolving.
he puts it
So
in
you
like a
want the-
jar for later. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So, do you want the good news or the bad news?
I didn't know there was news to start with. Go for it. And the dwarf that
Buddy,
welcomed you, the
You
dwarf that
cannot
welcomed
conceive the amount of news that we have right now.
the dwarf that welcomed you is gonna kind of step between you and Doongeth and go, brother, I want to ask you to speak very carefully. Like there is like a tacit threat there.
Mm-hmm. I just.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can
So-
I get? Oh, go ahead, Eddie.
Good news or bad news? What do you want first?
Well, I've always been a stickler for good news, so I'll take the good news. And then
Eddie, why don't we let Lorson tell them the good news? Why
Yep,
don't we do
you know
that?
what? Sure.
Is the good news that I have my hammer?
This is why, Lennon. This is why.
What was the good news?
Well,
I mean, I could say whatever it is, but I need somebody to inform me of what it is first.
Lurson's gonna
I-
mine like a steel trap. Unfortunately, it's a cage.
I creep
And
over to
it is also
Lorson and
shut.
just kind of like whisper in his ear, like I cup my hand and like go to his ears, like Eddie's trying to tell them about the future, but I don't think we should. And also, I think that this is like your people, so this might be up to you here. I don't know what to do.
Is there seating?
There are like stools
Hold
around,
on.
like
I need to. I just have to. So, what exactly about the future do you want me to tell them?
Geth just kind of looks at you, he's like, future? What are you, some kind of soothsayers? Oh, don't tell me the squids got to you too. Oh, I hate those things.
Mr. Doongeth, would you like to look at this hammer? It
Aye?
seems to be of nice quality.
Ooh, I like
Hi.
this angle.
And for
Aye.
some reason, it makes my eyes glow. Here you go. Lorson just approaches Doongeth and like holds out the Aubrian hammer.
It's so funny that you've got no cultural context, 'cause this is like your god. This is like you just met Jesus Christ, and you're like, I don't know who this guy is. Who's this Josh guy?
Who's this nerd?
Who's this nerd? So as you approach with the hammer, it is like absolutely tiny because of how huge he is, or how huge they are. Sorry, and as it rests in their palm, it rests in Dune's palm. He looks it over. He's like, "Oh, this is familiar to me. hang on a second. And he holds a Geth, can you? Geth, just like without a word, just kind of like wiggles his fingers over it, and like it's all of a sudden it's like his size. It just it like expands. And they both look it over, and they note the Aubrian wood on the haft, and they remark on it's like, oh, this is high elven wood. Very well done. Like I didn't think there were any trees this big there yet. I mean, they just started with that new city of theirs. It kind of goes down, and you finally reach the haft of the hammer, where like the diamond that's been turned into a hammerhead, and he touches it, and both of their eyes start to glow, and tears start to roll
Look, it
from.
does it to him too.
Tears start to roll down from both Dune and Geth's eyes as they hold it, and they speak once again in unison. No, my king. I just spoke to you the other day. Look, what?
Yeah, that's the bad
Oh.
news.
Oh,
Oh,
Eddie, what do you think he means by the king?
Anyways, so we're from year 500 odd, and
well,
and one or two things is that going on here. Either we're in the past in your timeline, and we can give you a whole bunch of awesome information about the future. Don't worry, your king's probably still alive. That's just we got that in a blacksmith. Don't worry about it. He's probably fine. But where we come from, that so like that's proof. If you need a proof, you got proof right in your hand. There. The bad news is we might also be in like a memory crystal of where you were at this time period, and you might be like super dead. So I don't know what's going on here, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those two.
I'm just standing beside Eddie, just like intermittently like shaking my head and then nodding a lot.
the Dungeth looks to you, and they say, "You come to me. You come to
Sorry.
me. You come to me at my refuge, my place, my home away from home. After I sacrificed lichen, stone, and gem to save everyone from those things. And you'll bring me the corpse of my dearest friend. And some nonsense about the future.
I'm sorry, but that is not a corpse, it is a hammer.
But
It
call
is-
up your friend now. He's probably fine. That's not the corpse of your friend. Or
I think
maybe
I
like
would-
it might be in the where we. Ugh, look, things are weird right now. Okay, and we didn't come here. We just sort of like got deposited here. Wait, is that like a weird thing to say to a dwarf? I don't know. Anyways, like
I
All I know
imagine
is
dwarves
that-
actually respect the pun, I think.
All I know is that I touched a rock, it glowed, it was very bright, and then all of us were outside of the cave.
I
So-
stabbed their hand first. If that
Oh,
if
yeah,
that
that's
explains
right.
it.
and
So-
like half a continent away, like.
So the dwarf god is not listening to you. He is just cradling this hammer like a child. Like he is sobbing. Like his universe is like collapsing at this point.
Liv,
Because yes,
sorry, I had an idea. I'm interrupting. I'll wait the 2 seconds.
Okay.
Come back to me.
okay. And as you just keep talking, he turns around on his stool, facing his forge, still holding the hammer, and you just hear from Dune, "Get out." Is this silence diegetic, or did my Discord die?
Oh no, it's diegetic.
Yeah.
When you don't
Eddie-
move and you stay silent, Geth turns
Eddie-
around and shouts, "Get out!" And the sheer like force of the sound wave like threatens to knock you off your feet.
I shrink back behind Eddie and pull at their shirt. Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
You pocket any of the gems from the burrows?
No.
Fuck.
Wait. Can we say that I still have the little doll that I made in my pocket?
I think you left it on the ground. You said.
I did, but I was just giving you a chance to narratively change things.
It
No.
depends what you'd want to do with it. I'm gonna
I'd
be
hand it
honest.
to Lennon and let Lennon go hog with it, because it sounds like Lennon's got a cool idea.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you can have it then. Yeah, you have it. I will say you are on a bit of a like internal timer, by the way, because he did just shout at you to get out with force enough to threaten to knock you on your ass. Like with his voice alone.
This is perfect though. I take the little like, it's like a clay doll essentially, right? With a
Yes.
chunk of
Yeah.
With
a chunk of
with blood
amethyst in it.
With the blood in
Mhm.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I quickly grab the little clay doll from Eddie and scurry is a good way to put it. I scurry towards this apparent dwarven god and just hold up the little thing to them. But as I scurry forward, I think I brush away a little bit of the clay, so some of that gem that's in it is exposed.
Okay.
And I just hold it up to them like, look, okay, look, please, just look at this.
We need to talk.
seconds.
God to God.
That
Eddie
what Eddie
could-
said.
I gesture at Lennon. Yeah.
But oh,
okay, hang on a second, hold on. Alright.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright. Oh boy. So after
Also,
here
Nightshade, did you see the thing that I put in chat?
In the no offense Larson or
No, I'm pretty sure that I in the side network, because we can still talk to you.
oh did you type something in the actual like
in the
Yeah.
in-game chat, yeah.
okay.
I'm
sorry.
pretty sure you count as a shadow. To them, I mean.
Likely.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean that was kind of obvious, Jade.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But I had to say it though, you know?
Okay.
If there's one skill that Eddie does not have, it's keeping her mouth shut.
Yeah. So
That is fair.
oh boy. So
You know this.
So after hearing like the god to god part, by the way, so Dune is still like cradling the hammer and facing the forge, but Geth is kind of like so their torsos can rotate independently.
Bleh.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Real quick, what about the
Yeah.
other dwarves in the room? What is their reaction to things?
When the shout happened, they all immediately just like backed up against the stone wall and just Homer Simpsoned into it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like they
They can
like
do that, yeah.
you had made their god so this is like the one of like the first generations of dwarves after their god happened. So like you just made like having a god is new. And you just made God mad. They don't know what happens. So they're just like, nope. Sorry.
I think I just kind of stand there and like hold up this little clay doll as long as like I need to until they take it or crush me.
They crush Lennon, campaign over. No.
GG.
Alright. So yeah, so Dune is like still like cradling the hammer, like looking at it and like resting it like on the anvil and everything. Geth like has still turned around and he's still like very, very angry looking at you. But then when they see Lennon down there and they hear the god thing, Geth will lean down and like once again like take the little thing, like the little doll in his like thumb and forefinger and look at it and see the amethyst. God to God. What are you, little one? Are you the new goblin ascendant?
I mean, I just like you know what I just did? You know what Eddie, you put me in a spot here.
I can take it.
Okay. So
Just say the word and I'll cover it. Cause
No, Lennon,
I-
no, Lennon, muddle this through. Muddle this through.
no, I got this. No, I got this. This is in character. I got this.
mine was in character too.
I just came from killing our king. That's a word you understand. I just killed my own king. And then I murdered the vampire that was killing my king. Well, controlling my king?
Manipulating, perhaps.
Manipulating? I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure I made another kid an ascendant too. They're gonna go do great things. I don't know what I am. I'm just a goblin. I had a cat. I have a cat. You can't see the cat right now.
Eddie, I don't think this is helping.
No, let her cook, let her cook.
Let her cook.
Oh no.
Geth's face.
I'm a goblin. I am the last monster slaying goblin. I'm the only monster slaying goblin.
Mm-hmm.
I killed a god. We killed a god. The four of us killed a god. And by all means, that makes me a god. So yes, I am the new god of the goblins. Hello, I am Lennon Burrows of the Goblin Burrows. How can I help you? Wait, no, we're here. Sorry, that was backwards. Hey, can you help us get home? Like, we'll leave, but we don't know how.
So
Sorry, go. I need to finish your thought. I have a.
no, you go. Because like the god, the twin god is like sitting in like half stunned silence at this point. So if you have like a thing to add to it, go for it.
Let me paint a picture for you, if I may. Okay.
Okay.
And I do have all of the spells to be able to do this. Just to clarify that right out of the gate.
Okay.
I am going to stand up, walk a couple paces forward, and then step up onto a platform of water of my own creation, up 3 steps onto a dais that forms beneath me, that rises into a throne made of water, that I then sit in as I look him straight in the eye and say, "You are among fellow gods, and we must speak."
He looks at you. He cocks his head. And he just tuts. He's like, ugh. People of your ilk always see things always see themselves much higher than they are. I lost his accent there for a second. I'm sorry.
All good.
And he looks down to Linen, and like as he's holding this little doll, he takes it up in his thumb and forefinger. He looks at the amethyst, and he bites his thumb, and presses it to the chest thing. The little figure starts to reform itself to look more like a dwarf. Until eventually it starts pulling in the sediment from around. It's roughly the size of a newborn human baby. Except it's a dwarf. It is anatomically an adult-looking dwarf, beard and all.
Amazing.
He puts it down, and he pats it on the butt, and he says, "Go on, scamper off, young one." Where it does, and it makes like a childish giggle kind of thing. Larson, you remember being a child. That's just what baby dwarves look like.
Another fine youngin growing so quickly.
I have an out of character question.
Yes.
So my understanding is dwarves grow by like living, like their heartstone lives in dirt and like brings in dirt. Does this mean like, do they age by like sleeping in dirt?
The initial like growth of a dwarf is like kind of like a pupal stage of them being underground, and then when they are big enough, they kind of sprout. And then they are like,
we saw a sped up version of that.
you basically saw a sped up version done by like their literal god. Yes.
Yeah.
And hang on, Lennon, I have a question for you, but I'm going to DM it
Mhm.
to you.
Sure.
Where are you?
And in the meantime, can I telepathy to Nightshade?
You may, as long as you answer my question. What do you answer in DMs?
let
Don't
me
answer out
think.
loud.
Yeah, let me think about your DM for a second. I would like to just like reach out to Nightshade and be like, hey, can you be a distraction if we really need it? Like, is there anything you can do that wouldn't reveal you but might help us?
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, well, I can't do anything physically, I don't think, right now, because it's taking effort not to just completely fall apart into even more of, that amalgam of appendages. I mean, I
Right.
could try to mentally reach out to him, but I feel like that may end badly.
Huh.
If we're talking about deific figures, that could have other repercussions.
Like, even like a little thing, can you like flicker the lights, make it dark in here, anything like that? Or are you doing that badly?
Nosferatu.
I mean, it's more that I wouldn't. I have a feeling that he wouldn't much like any of my powers either. I mean, I
What
could
if they're
try
my
to.
powers?
I could make you seep into the shadows if you wish.
Let's hold on to that.
Is that a
I-
private or is that across the Psi network?
This is totally like our whole group could hear this if they're in touch with Nightshade.
So hear me out. A traitor of the Shadow War who betrayed the Shadow and is a good and is with us. Eh?
Do we know what? Do we know like the whole thing with the Shadow War, or
You know the
No.
myths that rose up around it. You don't know what actually happened. And even then, like, it's more they know the myths. You don't, because you're a cat.
Well, I'm more talking as like us as like a collective, as like as a whole. Would we be able to gauge his reaction? Is more of what I'm asking Jade here.
And I said no.
Yeah.
Eddie, is this a good lie?
Hmm.
Is this a good lie? If I'm a god, could I tamed a shadow? I already have a cat.
Sure.
Like back in the burrows, I have a cat. I can have a cat here. I'm a ranger. This is normal. This is what I do.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Hmm.
Can you pretend to be
So-
a shadow knight?
No.
Lorson, go ahead. Sorry.
So Dune Geth. So it seemed like you saw memories when you touched the gem on the bottom of the hammer. Is that correct?
Geth nods and he's like, the Heartstone holds the entirety of a dwarf's being. Even a dead one, like this, powerful enough, can hold an entire lifetime. And that those memories can pass down through the ages. I imagine if you could get in touch with yours, you would probably know yours. You know the memories of your ancestors. Lorson, son of Thorin.
I don't know who that is, but thank you. I have a question for you.
Just breezing past that. All right.
To prove our story straight,
Mm-hmm.
why not look at my heart crystal? Heartstone.
I think that counts as like sex to them.
Yeah, that's kind of do get this like gets just because it's like a kind of gross. It's like I look, I don't know you like that.
You literally touched a random crystal on a hammer.
There was
You
this friend-
cannot
whatever.
feign that you have modesty
Look.
now.
Look, look, look. Me and the High King go way back.
But you didn't know it was the High King before you touched it.
Lorson, did you
And
know
your
it was
High
the
King-
High King?
I didn't know it was just a crystal on the hammer.
Did I know?
And also, like, touching a dead Hearthstone is different from touching a live one.
Okay, listen, but it helps to explain our story. You
Yeah.
claim that we have all of this made up nonsense. You are upset that the king is apparently dead. It was not us that did it, and it can show you if you want answers.
And he's probably still alive right now.
Yeah, he's probably still. You just said that you were talking with him not long ago.
Yeah. Like, go call him up.
Even
It's-
if somebody were to destroy and assassinate him, how would they have found the time to make the hammer, get the wood that you said they don't have yet, and
Mm-hmm.
forge it all together?
Those trees are real tall, by the way, in our
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of them got cut down, but that's not important right now.
Also,
I'm
like-
just saying it would help clear the air about things.
Geth. So you can't say Dune's. You can't see Dune's face because he's facing the forge with the hammer still.
Of course.
Geth, however, like he just looks very confused. Like it looks like an old guy with dementia you just let loose in a mire. You know? Or a Walmart. Just drop someone with dementia in the middle of a Walmart and that's like the face that he's got going right now. He looks very confused and uncertain and like he doesn't know what's going on. And he turns to Linen.
Who is nearby me? Eddie, are you still here?
Can I
I'm
finish,
sitting on my
please?
throne.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. He turns to Linen and he goes, "You, Linen, patron of beasts."
That sounds
Do-
cool.
Yeah. I figured that would work. That'd
Smooth.
work for you. What is? Tell me, do they speak the truth? Do these mortals speak truth? I don't know where his accent has gone. That's my bad. I don't know.
I mean, yes, yeah. I can firmly say that Lorson has been telling you the truth.
Then, God to God, I will trust you, Linen of the Burrows. Linen of the Burrows. There you go. There it is. There's the accent. There's back. And he looks to everyone else and he says, "You travel with a eclectic group, a creature, and a soft one with the blood of kings. You say you come from a distant future. I don't know any magic that would allow you to travel back this far, but I will do my best to return you to your homelands. Just leave me be to digest what I've been told. Aye?"
Sure. Of course, of course. Take all the time you need. Guys, I think we might be here for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeah, well, we can always talk about everything later. We can. You want to know things that have happened? We know some things that have happened. If you don't, we'll keep quiet. But
Just leave us to
yeah,
our leave us to our thoughts for a day.
of course.
Just
Me,
speak.
me and my companions. Is there somewhere we might be able to have some privacy and rest for a bit? As I said, we just killed my king, so.
Yeah. He will nod and says they will nod, and like the other body has turned around, so they're just kind of like legs facing one direction. The torsos are just like flipped. And they turn to you and they say, "Go, head out towards the exit of the exit of the cavern. One of our sons will be there and escort you to a place that should be hopefully comfortable to the softskins."
I'll subsume my throne and dais and say before I turn, send your fastest Lupert to the king. I'm sure he's still alive in this time.
Just out of a concern, Dungeth will reach into the dirt and pull up something that looks like a much more refined Lupert. It still looks horrific, and it's still a little bit misshapen by your things, but it looks like it's misshapen in a way that it's supposed to. Like if you'd never seen an elephant before, and you saw an elephant for the first time, you think that looks weird, but it's how it's supposed to be. As he pulls it up, he goes, "Lupert, yes, I need you to go speak to High King Thorin for me. Just tell him to let me know if how his day's been." "Okay, I love being alive." And it gallops off.
Oh my god.
How do I get one of those? Mine seem a little different.
Larson, that is yours.
And Lorson summons up Lupert to join us.
Do you summon your Lupert?
Yes.
You summon your Lupert, and it doesn't appear, but you can hear it on your psychic network. He's like, "Why are you asleep on the floor? Is it nap time?" I love nap time. It's like death, but like trial version.
Yeah, ruin memories. Can you have Lupert like put us somewhere safe?
I don't think that Lupert can pick us up is the issue.
I don't have arms.
All he can do is bite. I don't think you want him biting you.
I have teeth in places there should be no teeth.
Well, okay. We'll put that aside for now.
They're in
But
my eyes.
I'm just concerned.
Oh,
That's one of the better options, admittedly. I'm just concerned that we missed a null. We didn't check the entire subterranean cave area. This kind of got sprung on us. Even if he has to grab us by our napes and drag us out of there, or better yet, go tell the dwarves to, go tell the goblins to. I want to make sure, our actual existence is safe.
Lupert can defend us.
I just look you straight dead in the eyes, and hold that gaze, just like with an eyebrow raised.
I could do it. I don't fear death.
I believe in him. I believe in every animal's capability to take care of their companions.
Animal, it's like 40% granite. Whatever. Okay, fine.
If that thing's not an animal,
It's 40% granite. So is Lorson.
Like, it's okay. We all know Jade secretly does not see Lorson as a person.
I mean, unironically, yeah. Eddie, I mean, I would prefer if you said Eddie there rather than Jade, but
Oh, sorry.
yeah. But no, that's correct. I see Lorson as a construct. I see Lorson the same way that I would see a Warforged.
Kind of fucked
Yeah,
up.
that's
You
not
see me as
not
potential
inaccurate.
profit.
No, I respect you as a companion, but
Until you die,
I
and then
see-
you're a diamond to be hawked on
I
the black
see you.
market. Sorry.
I see you as a traveling companion who and a friend, but not everything that is sentient is alive. I mean, again, water elemental.
Jeez.
Like, what? Like, you could make a half decent argument that I'm not entirely alive either. Yeah, that doesn't mean you don't respect Warforged as creatures, but that you don't. I wouldn't consider them alive. And like
Was
rest
the
of the
only
dwarves,
living creature in our party?
I am.
quite possibly.
Oh, Jade, I love the way that you said that, because, like, I know things about your character that you don't.
Yay!
Mm.
So how long have we been standing here, like, talking to ourselves in our heads?
I assume
Not
we're
very
walking, we were
long.
talking on our way out.
Yeah, like,
Ah,
yeah,
so
like,
Most
you
of that
could,
was out of
yeah.
character.
Yeah,
Most of that was talking to live out of character.
yeah.
True,
So
true.
as you make your way out of the cave, the initial dwarf, steps out of the wall, and he's like, ah, so you let him know, huh? About the, you know, everything.
Definitely not everything.
Not yet, but I mean,
You
check in
told
with him later.
you told
You gotta
him.
save some conversation for breakfast, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Aye. Just come with me, and he walks up to the wall that he came through, and he just jams his fingers into it, and then just like pulls, and like this archway that is exactly tall enough for you. It's like no bigger, no shorter than like the tallest member of you. Opens up, and he just starts walking down this hallway. And it's not that long of a walk, but it's enough time for him to talk. And he goes, "You really shouldn't have done that, brother.
Why?
None of this is real. This is his dream. He's been stuck in this
His-
dream for centuries, and it's had him happy.
It's his dream, not ours. We didn't ask to be here.
I just since the mages dealt him that blow and killed us." And he lifts up his shirt and reveals like this massive black scorch mark that's like taken out like the majority of his torso. Since the mages killed us and banished him, we've been trying to keep his mind set while he heals. It's taken a while. I would have thought he would have reformed by now and our job would have been done. But our job is our job is to keep him happy, and that's what we've been trying to do.
So I'm gonna be upfront here, and I might well, I'm the solution to your problem.
Aye.
Because it sounds like you want your guy to get back up, right?
I may just be a memory of his son, but yeah, I would like my
I was
father to
actually
wake up.
wondering how that worked too. Like if you're in here, did your dad, God dad, die? God dad? No, that's a different thing.
This one is
Your godfather?
specifically divine parents, I guess.
Your divine parental figure. Did they die
Godfather's
first, then you
very-
popped in here like we just did, and then you got stuck and you died? Like, how did you get in here? That doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Look,
I mean, he'll explain it if you let him. So
I had to kill my king because they were fucking around, and it turns out that my king built their entire legacy on mining your god. But they're dead now.
Hmm.
I did that.
Yeah, that might have put a dent in things.
Yeah, so
literally.
let us know what we need to do. Like, we got Lorson here. Lorson can
Why?
do all the dwarf stuff if you teach Lorson to do dwarf stuff. Lorson, I
Yes.
don't want to give away personal information, so maybe mention your upbringing in earnesty. But
What?
I don't know. If you teach Lorson how to fix things, maybe we can go fix things. Because I at least feel partially responsible. And if I'm the goblin god, I have to, I think we should be on good terms with the dwarf god.
I mean, couldn't I just like whenever I guess wake up? Question mark, because Lupert said we're sleeping. I guess whenever we wake up, I could just try to heal him. That would work, right?
Yeah.
I get healed, I get fixed. So why would it not work on him?
I mean, you'd also need to get the goblins to stop, picking away at his hearthstone with pickaxes.
I'm thinking all the holes in the mountain might be an issue. You know, my entire culture living in the thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we might have to move out. So, but that's okay. I can, like, what do we have left there but bad memories anyway?
It would be really funny if Doongeth wakes up and like he's just the size of a living mountain and the goblins just keep living inside him. That'd be funny.
Good morning.
That'd be really
That
funny.
actually sounds amazing.
Uh,
That sort of symbiotic relationship, I might steal that for a campaign at some point.
yeah. He'd essentially be like the size of a small mountain. So like,
Very Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
yeah. Alright. So the so this guy turns to you, Lena, and he goes, me and my brothers died first. Our father watched us die, and he fled when the mages attacked. He dealt him a grievous injury, and he came to rest. He came to rest searching his friend Gearden. I don't think he ever found him, because next thing I know, I'm dreamt up, and me and my brothers have been trying to keep him relatively sane while he heals. I'm not real.
Sorry,
I'm a dream.
Yeah, I just got that. That's horrifying.
When he wakes up,
I called that the moment we walked in here.
Yeah. It's also why you don't have your spell stones. Or your cell stones or whatever. Because you never have your phone in a dream.
No, but Eddie, I mean like the knowing that you're a dream.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
When he
Imagine
wakes up,
having to live your life not being real.
yeah. When he wakes up, when he wakes up,
Being a VTuber.
I will fade. Oh God. When he wakes up, I'll fade away. I'll return to his memories. And that's fine. Just all I know is my father wanted to find his friend, the gold dragon Gearden, for help against the mages. And he never
Oh.
found him.
Oh. We know that name.
You do.
Huh. Interesting. Anyways, so we're gonna have some rooms for the night, huh? That sounds nice.
Yeah. Eddie just like trying her hardest to not care. Oh my God.
No,
that name of
that's
that
me trying to change
vampire?
the subject so we don't need to go into this with this because he definitely doesn't know anything that's been going on.
No, he straight up doesn't. So so at the end of the hallway, he turns and he puts his palm on the wall, and like another like archway opens, and it makes another domed room deeper in the mountain. He's like, "Apologies for the walk, brother. Despite this being a dream, we still have to keep physics in mind and structural integrity. I guess it
How's
comes
food
from
work?
being in. I mean, I guess it comes from being in the dreams of a god of construction and smithing.
Fair.
You should
That-
find
you know,
a
fair.
bed for each of you, as well as some provisions. You don't really need them in here, but I'm told that you soft ones really like to have the sensation, even if you don't have it, if you don't need it.
Well, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. He looks to you and he goes, "If you can wake my father up, convince him to let you go. Then
You got like a book on like dwarven medicine or something? Maybe that'll help us.
the thing that should wake him up is the words of a friend. Girdan,
Oh,
I imagine, is probably not around anymore. Dragons are long-lived, but he was with the last. Can't imagine he would have stuck around long after that. It's the High King. I mean, you've just brought his corpse to us, so it's not him.
Yeah, funny story about that one. Well, don't worry about it though.
That's the messenger Lupert's not coming back. He'll forget about it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is this gonna be like a loop sort of thing?
He looks to Lorson and he goes, "Between you and the goddess of beasts over there, you, Lorson, son of Thorin, you're the only ones who can wake him up out of this."
I am curious as to why you know my lineage.
It's written all over you. Your heartstone's a
Nothing
diamond, isn't
worse.
it?
I would have. I can. I do not know. I have not been appraised myself.
The rest of you
I-
know
I-
that his heartstone is it. Y'all have seen it.
I literally appraised it.
I walk over to Lorson and I just like grab the hand that I did earlier and turn it over and just like stare at the like hole in his palm.
And there's just like the dried like diamond dribble like on his palm. Like that's kind of how. That's why I'm really glad that you stabbed his hand to do it, because that means that like Dune Geth and his sons didn't need to ask. They just had to look at his hand.
Right. So, one other question before you go. We have another friend with us. Don't panic.
I telepathically tell Eddie to shut the fuck up.
I do so. I am very bad at that, but I do respect my companions.
This feels like one of those things where, like, Nightshade is smart enough to understand when his life is at danger, and for him, this very much feels like he is a kill on sight in this situation.
Seeing as Nightshade is basically a puddle of tentacles, I imagine like it's just very gurgly. It just sounds like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, no. I mean, it's telepathic, so it's not
It was-
having that issue.
Yeah, but like it would still have like sound in your head, like if you hear voices.
If you really want it to live, it can. But
Like,
but
do-
yes,
do-
I do.
Do you not hear voices in your head when you're thinking?
I do, but they don't sound like absurdly different.
Yeah, but oh, whatever. It's funny. It's funnier if it sounds monstrous.
Can you
Fine.
not change the voice in your head?
I change it all the time. I got different voices assigned to different members of the head of the brain council.
Anyways, let's not get jagged in the weeds now.
Oh man, I love weeds.
I'm just genuinely curious. We'll talk about that later.
No. Okay. Wait, Zeno, can you rotate an apple in your head?
Yeah.
A full like okay. What does the apple look like
If we're
when you
talking about
rotate it?
aphantasia, I have that. I don't see
Yeah.
images in my brain.
It's like that. If you've ever seen that video of like the rotating banana, it's kind of like that.
All right. Okay.
But an
Weird
apple.
that you can't do the voice thing, man. If you can do that, oh,
I didn't
all right,
say I couldn't do it. I'm saying it doesn't make sense that a physical change would alter it in any way.
fine.
That is valid.
I mean, this is a dreamscape, so whatever. All right. Point being, where were we? I got lost.
The dwarf son memory said only me or Linen can
And
wake
Lennon.
me and or Linen can wake him.
Yeah. He looks to you and he says, "You bear the stones of his greatest friend. And you, at least by his reckoning, bear the potential for divinity."
I roll my eyes so hard.
Wait, me?
Yes.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
At the very least, as I'm not able to recognize it, I'm not one. But, you've got a real eclectic group. He kind of like gives the side eye to Jade. So to Eddie, even, sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry.
This is a
Yeah,
character here.
yeah, Zeno messed me up. Zeno messed me up. I'm sorry. Yeah, he just gives like Jade like the side eye, just like, are you okay?
How are you gonna get some fresh water?
No, I mean, are you okay?
Hmm?
Like, you seem a
No
little,
way.
you just seem a little out of it. You little, uh, like you're kind of fraying around the edges a little. And like, sure enough, like Jade, like your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
It, you seem to be like almost like a TV static kind of thing. Like you've got a weak signal.
Can I shake? Can I shake out of it, or can I do it? Can I
No,
feel
this
it
has
in
just
any
been
way?
like this is just a passive thing. It's just going on. Like it's like your corporeal
Huh.
form like periodically just kind of flickers out.
Well, that's probably bad. Hmm.
Hey,
Hmm. Uh,
Father called you a water spirit at the when you first met, but by the end of it, he couldn't recognize you. He simply saw you as creature. Even my eyes, I
listen.
can't quite tell what you are.
6 heavens and 7 hells. This is a mess. We do not need to be here.
So how are we supposed to wake up?
If I, you need to make him realize where he is. You need to make him remember that he's not in the Gethin Mountains. He's not with his sons. You're going
Oh.
to need to make him relive the worst moment of his life.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can do that.
Did we not just accomplish that with the hammer?
No, you made him worry about a thing that doesn't happen until like long after he's in the ground.
Okay.
The worst
Well-
moment of his life is when the mages came.
Yeah. So
Well-
what? We would dress up as mages or something.
And
So-
potential like I mean there's many ways to do it. Like think about ways that you could make him remember like that stuff happened.
I got an idea, Eddie.
Eddie,
Hmm. What do you got?
I think we need to kill the sons.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
that's
That
way
that
darker
tracks.
than I thought.
Let's see if we got another option first.
Yeah.
What do you?
Thank you. Sorry, I've forgotten your name, our new dwarf friend. Thank you for your services. May we have some privacy?
Hi. And my name's
Thank you.
Korik. My name's Korik, firstborn.
Auric.
And
Is firstborn like one word?
yeah. First name Korik,
Oh.
last name firstborn. Dwarves
Oh,
are
I
not
see how
very
you guys do that.
yeah. Dwarves are not very creative with last names.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he'll give you like a small bow, and he will move to leave. He realizes there's an archway there, and you can't open it. So he presses next to it, and like a door slides in, and you just hear banging as he installs hinges. It's a dream. He can do whatever. And
Fair.
he leaves. And you just hear him like walk down the hallway.
Okay,
Alright.
so you guys okay, first of all? I have a plan already. I got ideas.
I have no idea if I'm okay. I'm sort of staring at my hands.
Yeah. I want to get us out of here pretty quickly because
Mm-hmm.
first Nightshade, now you are looking like, do you feel okay? Like, what's that like?
I can't feel anything different, and whenever we're done here, I'm gonna go out to the sea and just flush some water through me, see if it helps.
When I
It's
get out of here, you want to go back to the Oasis, maybe?
kinda, yeah. I mean, once we take care of
Yeah.
the burrows, that's where we want to head out anyways. By now, Jacob's probably already there, smoothing things out.
You already called Jacob?
Yeah, the first time after we built it, he was setting up some trade
Oh,
lines.
right. For the Oasis. For some reason, I thought you meant the burrows for a second.
No, that we need to hammer that out, but we're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
have to make sure
we'll
things are
figure that
sorted
out.
first. Yeah.
So, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about well, the only one I'm not worried about is Lorson, because this seems like it would be a great place to stay for Lorson. How you feel?
I'm glad. I never thought I'd say this. I'm glad for Lupert.
Hello.
Hold on. Okay, so do you think that was the same Lupert? I think that was the same Lupert. What happened to him?
I haven't the slight. No, I meant like Lupert to contacting us in the side network. That means that we
our
know.
Lupert. Yeah.
Our body is
Sorry,
that,
I
that's
thought
what...
I thought the new Lupert was, well, I guess old Lupert was cool.
What if all dwarves summon the same Lupert? It's like a Lupert network. It's just because Lorson doesn't have a connection to his culture. It's like malformed.
See,
That's
my current thought, at least what Linen fully believes right now, is that that
Okay.
is literally just the same, like, because Lupert's a fine steed, right?
Yeah.
So they're like
Sure.
a celestial type creature in like the whatever the rules of the game are.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my head, what's happening is it's literally the same celestial being pulled like just way in the future for Lorson's version,
Mm-hmm.
and that this is Lorson has the god's spiritual creature is what I'm suggesting, but something has happened along the way. That's
Okay.
that I'm not suggesting that that is actually what has happened, but that is my understanding as a character. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to take that a little bit. Like, this is irrelevant to like the things I feel safe saying it. The Luperts are, yeah, they are like patron like steeds of Doongeth, and the main reason Lorson's one is all messed up is because one, Doongeth is in a coma, and two, Lorson has no connection to his culture. But like really like but it's like summoning like an avatar of like a spirit or something. Like I like that idea. Doongeth wakes up, sees your Looper, and just goes, "What in the hell happened to you?"
I want to die.
Me too, buddy. Me too. Oh god.
I only wish that I knew what happened to me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, okay, guys. I mean, like, do we get out of here quick or do we wait till morning?
I mean, I kind of believe that it might, like Eddie said, there could still be enemies in that cave, and the only one left there is Lupert. And while I do believe Lupert is a fine steed and he could defend us, I would also prefer to be awake to defend myself.
Can you tell Lupert to tell the goblins to like bring us out and put us in a bed?
Would the goblins be able to drag us?
You should get the cats. You should definitely get the cats.
I don't think the cats would fit through the hole that we crawled through to get to the vampire.
The goblins might be able to
Wasn't that
drag you if
bad.
there's like enough of them. I mean, you're not all. I think the only one they'd really have issue with is Lorson because he's heavy, made of stone. But like these goblins also mine for a living, so like
I mean, Lorson could literally just be buried, though.
that's true.
Like
He'd be
we
safe
don't
as a bean.
we don't really need them to like pull us out of there either. We just need them to keep us safe.
Oh, yeah, they could just post guard.
Yeah.
I was also going to say it. I don't think Lupert can actually talk.
No, he can only telepathically
We
communicate
kind of
with
use
you.
the telepathic.
Yep.
And he's terrible at charades.
I
The
have
cats will get
7
it.
thumbs.
Tell Lupert to go find a cat. They'll know more than him. It's fine. That was rude. I'm sorry, Lupert.
It's okay. I have low self-esteem.
Looper, go find the cat and try to, like, I guess, lead one along by. I would assume they have a leash, right, Lennon?
Well, no, okay. So Lupert, what you have to do is you have to look at him straight in the eye, and then make a face like you're confused for like a half second, and then look real angry, and then smile like somebody gave you a gift you don't want. They'll know what it means.
Okay, I always look
The-
confused, but I will try to do the other ones.
Lennon, you have to remember his teeth are in his eyes. He can't smile that well.
He just has to blink his eyes really quickly at him.
No. Well,
I
I
will
trust
go.
him. Looper can do this. It's fine.
I
The
will
cats
go.
are smarter than they look.
And also, Trash Cat's not that far away. So, Looper, like, unbeknownst to you, like, kind of goes silent for a little bit. You can imagine that he's trying to squeeze through the hole. Cause remember, he is big. He's got to squeeze through the hole a little bit. Yeah, Looper has gone completely silent. You can only assume that he's trying to do what you told him to do. It's like Lassie. What's that, Looper? Timmy's stuck in the well.
Wait, can't Lupert also rock shift the way Larson can?
No.
I thought we
No.
established that.
No.
No?
When Lorson is astride him, yes, but that's just him.
Ah, okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. That's literally just like Lorson.
Oh, I
yeah.
get it. Lorson would move the rock around Lupert.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an extension.
thing.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
All right. Yeah. So Lupert is gone. He's doing his thing. So yeah, you guys have a god to re-traumatize.
Did he ever give me the hammer back?
He did not. He still has it.
But your actual hammer is still okay with like your body, so
Mm-hmm. You just don't have the hammer in the dream. You do have all your other weapons, because, like, my god, you have so many.
I only have 3 and then 5 big sticks.
That is a lot of weapons.
I've got a handful of knives if you need them.
You know, I might have a different plan.
Explain.
I thought of something. You think it would be enough just to like really traumatize this guy? Like, I know they said like relive their. Like how literal do you think that is? Because Thorson's their future, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
am I getting this right? Do you guys are you reading the things the same way I am? That Lorsen's that like part of their family?
Some sort of lineage thing.
Yeah, is
No,
this
I'm
am
tracking, I'm
I
tracking.
wrong here? Okay.
Lorson, they say that Lorson is the descendant of the High King, who is best friends with Dungeth. And maybe more. No, they were roommates.
They were roommates.
They were. I will
They were
remind you,
roommates.
dwarves don't have gender.
They were cave mates.
They were cave mates.
That sounds even more lewd.
Okay, so
Anyway.
is it like a sitcom situation where it's like before Dune and Geth get together and it's like there's the 3 of them hanging out on Friday nights?
No, Dune and Geth, they're Siamese twins.
Oh, they've always been. Okay,
They've always
I,
been
I
like
had
that,
assumed
yeah.
that it was like
No.
neat. Okay, cool. That's different than I thought.
Yeah.
I assumed that it was like a bonding thing.
No, they are straight up Siamese twins.
Cool.
But yeah, continue your thought.
Anyway, if how would you feel if your descendant 500 years in the future is like last person that can save you from being dead in a cave and they team up with your worst enemy?
How would you feel if you knew your future looked like me?
Yeah, and then you team up with their worst enemy too? I mean, yeah, no, you're Lorson, you gotta be nice to yourself.
Yeah, because we're not.
Why did you think that was an insult?
Oh.
Anyways.
So, I think at this point, Nightshade should be coming out of
Yeah.
the backpack, right?
Yeah.
Question: how am I holding up? Like, what is, because I know Eddie's physical state has been kind of deteriorating. How am I looking?
You are a vague amalgam of cat parts and tentacles. Your head is the only thing that is recognizable as you. You do seem to have stabilized, though.
Alright.
Honestly, even if it doesn't work, we can try again the following day if he forgets everything and just relives this, the same moment, if it loops like that.
Lennon,
What's that?
Lennon, we have a squid cat now.
All the better to Squid the cat. I don't know what I was about to. I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry, Nightshade. Are you okay?
I am concerned.
Hey, Nightshade. I'm gonna go get some fish. You want to join?
Sure. I don't know if we can eat in here, but I guess. Since we're just gonna be staying here for a little while until we can devise a plan, I guess
I have
it
a
wouldn't
great
hurt.
plan. Nobody is. We get Lorson to walk in there with Nightshade on his head, and then the guy freaks out.
Yeah. I'm into it.
And Larson says some spooky words, makes it look like they control the shadow creature, and then that's the plan. It's a great plan. Is that a good plan? Guys, do you like my plan?
I don't have a better one.
The issue that I kind of have with the plan is that he would kind of know that Nightshade is its own creature. Tremor sense.
That is true. Tremor sense would.
Not if Nightshade isn't touching the ground.
How does
Well,
tremor sense
I don't know
work?
that it matters if they know that Nightshade's a separate creature or not. I'm just saying we imply that Lorson has a pact with the shadow demon.
So we get this god to relive the most traumatic moment of their life by coming in and saying, "Hey, Dad, I brought home a pet." That kind of what we're. That's how
Well,
it feels.
Eddie,
Yeah.
I want you to look at me for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Do I look like a pet right now?
Not terribly, no. And it's really hard to I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to look. Like it's kind of fading in and out and pulsating in just like the strangest way. Like
I'm pretty sure right now our physical descriptions are matching his subconscious perception of our respective races, I guess you'd put it.
nature's
Which-
perhaps, yeah.
Which explains why goblins and dwarves, individuals that he knows and cares for, are almost immaculate. Where
Mm-hmm.
races like yourself, where he doesn't really have good relations with, kind of just fade away. And me kind of turns into this horrific nightmare creature, likely due to any PTSD he might have from whatever I am.
Yeah, he knows about the water spirits. And he knows about the shadow.
Right.
It's like it's not like he doesn't know about them. It's like a memory thing. He knows he's intimately familiar with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like.
Hmm. And his trauma with what I guess what I would be might be your best bet. But then again, egging on a deity like this also doesn't come without its own set of risks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like
Which asks the
wander to the
question-
other end of the room and just leave these two to chat amongst themselves.
Actually, we can be having this chat while we're walking to the shore. That could work
Cool.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's the question of like, why was the vampire drawn to this? Like, is there something else going on in that direction?
There might be, and there is also an unfortunate reality that we're going to have to face if we do wake him up. And that is, he's a friend of the Golden Dragon, who, for all intents and purposes, made Lennon's Burrows go down this path.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That- Hmm.
I want
Yeah,
you to look
what's
at
up?
your. I want you to look at your spell list real quick.
Um.
Don't say nothing. Just look at your spell list.
Oh, okay.
If you want to make someone like relive trauma, there are ways to do it with your skill set.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Now, like, it's not going to be as simple as casting a spell. I just figured, like, while you're here, like, trying to muddle your way through, I figured I would point, like, there are mechanical things you can use as springboards here.
Yeah.
There are multiple answers to this question.
Bring of dreams and nightmares.
Yes, if I'm being honest, waking him up won't really be the hard part. The hard part is going to be the repercussions of waking him up.
Do we just say that we approach those issues as they come?
We'll burn
I
that bridge
guess-
when we get to it.
I guess so, because we're kind of trapped here if we don't.
I was about to say we are kind of stuck in this weird dream world.
So we're about 30 minutes out from where we usually end. Do y'all want to have y'all want to have like post game to think on it? Think on a plan?
I mean, I don't want to think.
I mean, then you can always just start throwing fireballs at his children. You know, I can just roll up a combat encounter for next time.
I've got the beads.
Well,
Yeah, this is a
Hey.
dream, so you wouldn't actually deplete them by using them.
Yeah, I only got one left, but
No.
I mean, let's see what that plan with me and Lorson. Let's see how that works.
Okay.
yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
So
At the very least, still gauge his viewpoint of whatever I am. I doubt it's good, but it'll be something.
oh boy.
I toss you a fish.
I try to bite it. Is it physically there, or
It
is
is
kind of-
physically there, but your mouth doesn't seem to work properly. You less bite it, and you more just kind of absorb it like an amoeba. And then spit out the bones.
So, like, I'm under the impression that you're sort of reverting to your true nature. Am I off on that one?
I would not know. That was oddly
like-
intuitive, but also
You've been
I
spewing
was-
tentacles left and right. You're not the most subtle cat, I gotta say.
yeah, but I wasn't born like this, so I don't know if I'd call it my original nature.
And that's the weird part because I was. Barring whatever changes I went to at the Oasis, I was born water genasi. I should be seen like a smooth skin to him. And And that's why I'm scared.
Hmm.
Because you are still here. You're turning into more like monstrous form, but you're still solid. I'm getting less so, and I don't know what that means.
Mm,
Nightshade, what do we need to do with this plan? How do you think it will work?
Well,
Like,
let's
do we-
at least try to test out the waters initially. We'll go with that first initial plan of me effectively being your tight companion. See if that shakes him at all. And if it doesn't, we escalate to more and more extreme options.
So what you're saying is last resort attack.
Yes, last resort is slaughter every one of his children in front of him. Yes.
Ah.
So when we go in the room, are you on my head or am I like what how are we doing this?
I suppose me wrapped around your shoulder would likely be the most jarring image for him.
Oh.
If look, if he doesn't remember us, that's the other question. If it's like a loop sort of thing and he doesn't remember us, we could take different roles. You could become that king in his eyes. If you were, wanted to act that role, I could play the role of one of the evil mages. If I'm fading out and I'm going to die anyways, then what's the worst he could do to me?
Do you have anything that looks like a spell?
I have a lot of spells.
That is true. Jade does have a lot of spells.
Yeah, I'm a half caster.
Okay. There is a possibility it can work. Do you well, the thing is we have to re-traumatize him with his most traumatic thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't seen the king get killed yet. So what
Real quick out of character. You would have seen me casting a lot. Like all of my Way of the Ascendant Dragon monk abilities look like spells, and as well as all the water stuff that I have the ability to do. So like
Gotcha.
all of my fancy stuff like is elemental and yeah.
I was like, I didn't know if those technically have like effects where it's like it would actually look like you're shooting a blast of something or anything like that, or if it's
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
mean, I
mechanics
think
of it.
the old school term would be spell like abilities, like being able to turn my
Gotcha.
fists into water or fire or whatever it needs to be.
That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've just mostly been focusing on water acid because character, but I have the power. Anyways, you would have seen most of that already, and you would have known about that just from camping with me for so long.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he has not seen the king die yet. So I don't know if that would count as his most traumatic experience yet. If that were the case, wouldn't him touching the hammer have kind of triggered it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
So like, as far as we know, his most traumatic day was sons died. He ran to hide inside of cave and kind of went into this weird hibernation sleep.
Mm-hmm.
He got assaulted by the mages. That's what happened. Ah.
Yeah, okay. I think Liv is also hitting her breaking point.
Yeah, just say when we need to call.
Yeah, I was gonna say like after this conversation, we could. We're about like 20 minutes out anyway.
I'm
Yeah.
good for
This is a good place to leave it off. Where
making plan.
Yeah. And I do want to specify, like, I mean, so long as y'all get me, like, what your actual plan of attack is going to be, before, next session, I would appreciate it, because, like, I might need to make a map depending on what you choose. There are multiple answers to this, and they don't all end in traumatizing a god. Like, that's just the way that has been put forth to you by a member of the dream. uh, I will just. You have a descendant of his best friend, and a goblin that he believes has the spark of ascendancy. That is what information you know. That's the 3 piece of information you know. All right.
Very good session.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm sorry we didn't do one before. We had because I don't know if something was going on. I don't know whose fault that was, but I'm not gonna point. Any concerns, issues, questions, clarifications, any of that?
I am good.
No. I have realized the
Um,
other ways that we could approach this, which would be interesting.
Okay.
One clarification more, just telling flavoring and telling the party of an ability that I have, and I could disguise this as under. I can do this. Um, I have wings unfurled, which does let me fly. I actually have flight now,
Oh, neat.
and
Ooh.
I was thinking that that would work sort of like a Silver Surfer thing, where I can create water and swim through it.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
Eddie and Nightshade would also bring up to Eddie that there is a third party we could technically involve in this.
Oh,
More loopers.
Well, my mental powers have gotten stronger. I might be able to contact the Golden Dragon.
Oh. Wait,
I have
wait,
sending.
explain.
I have sent. I have
Yo,
sending.
you have said. Oh, and technically your body is still on the plane.
Yes. So.
Yes, that
Oh,
works.
also sending. Does it work between planes?
It has a chance of failing between planes, but seeing as like summoning the steed put Looper not in the dream, but like where
Right.
your body was, would mean
Mhm.
the sending works on the same thing. So yeah, no.
Yeah. So we could also try to contact the dragon, and we have been told that a friend talking to him would snap him out of this rather easily.
Oh, I'm also going to specify something for ease of use because sending is like a really limited spell. Um, instead of 5 words, you get a tweet.
Okay, that's fine. If you can fit it in a Twitter
If you can fit
message,
it
you
in a
can do it.
tweet, you can fit it in a sending.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so that's like what, like 140 characters?
I forget how many, but
I
yeah.
think it's
280
100.
now. They
Oh, there is
they
it.
changed
Yeah.
it.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jade. My bad.
But yeah, those are the two things that Nightshade has. Well, that's the two things that we have presented. Linen presented the whole, uh, Last Sun teaming up with, whatever Nightshade is, and Nightshade also presented the idea that we could ask for help.
Hmm?
But we already know that individual has some questionable motives. Or at least questionable actions.
Yeah. I mean, he's also like come to you as an ally in the past, as well as doing all this other shit. So.
Yeah, so we got some shit.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. So, Linen, Lorson, any concerns, issues, positives, negatives, things you like, things you didn't like?
I am enjoying the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
fun.
It's good.
I was a little worried because I'm kind of like all right, Linen's arc is coming to the end. Let's start Lorson's arc a little bit. Man, it's gonna be a bitch going from going into the arc after Lorson's though. Oh god. What about you, Linen? How you feel?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Alright.
this is fun. I like it.
Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna end off the stream, everybody. I'm gonna raid out. Thank everybody for come watch us play Dungeons and Dragons. Tell your
Yeah.
friends. Next one is not gonna be next Monday, but Monday after at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow at noon. Anyone else have anything else to show?
Sure.
Um,
I'm back to a normal stream schedule. I do my normal stuff 10 a.m. MST on Wednesdays, Thursdays over on the
Nice.
Goblin Burrows.
Nice. What about you,
as
Gabe?
usual, I'm
Oh, sorry.
As usual, I'm the filthy YouTuber of the group, so feel free to hop over in that direction.
This-
I am doing more uploads, which more of a which all of my stuff is more of a let's play style than your classic VTuber style. If that interests you, then head over and check out some of my playlists.
Alright, what about you, Kira? You got anything?
Not at the moment. My stream schedule has been all over the place because of work, so kind of hectic. I'm still figuring it out. Pretty stinky.
Hey, Zeno,
What's up?
when you debuting?
Don't bully me.
Come on! Come on!
But what if we do?
Well, okay, come on. This campaign has been going on for like several months now. Come on, when are you debuting?
Yeah,
Look,
you just
I-
you'll sorry, go ahead.
I just need some animations to get done, okay? And the money to do them.
Oh boy, alright. Alright. Well. Alright, I'm gonna go right into Sprig because Sprig is playing Helldivers and that's good background noise for me. So bye bye everybody, see you tomorrow, I love you, bye bye!